In today's battlefield environment, artillery once again sits at the center of military operations. Precision weapons and drones shape the tactical picture, but sustained firepower continues to define operational outcomes. Within this framework, the S-19 Msta-S stands as one of the most widely used and operationally significant artillery systems in Russian service. Recent battlefield reporting illustrates how these systems are employed in real operations. Russian military statements indicated that Msta-S crews from a Guards motor rifle formation operating within the center grouping conducted a strike on a temporary deployment point used by formations of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in the sector of Krasnoarmeysk. Targets of this type, locations where units regroup, rest, and coordinate, highlight the broader operational logic behind artillery use in the conflict. The platform itself is not new, yet it remains central to how Russian forces conduct large-scale combat. Understanding its role requires more than listing specifications. It requires examining how the system fits into doctrine, logistics, and the realities of an attritional conflict where endurance and consistency often outweigh technological novelty. The Msta-S was developed during the late Soviet period to replace older self-propelled artillery systems and provide a modernized solution capable of supporting mechanized formations. From the outset, the emphasis was on mobility, sustained rate of fire, and compatibility with a wide range of ammunition types. Its tracked chassis allows it to maneuver alongside armored units, ensuring artillery support remains aligned with the operational tempo of ground forces. Unlike lighter towed artillery, the self-propelled design prioritizes survivability. Armor protection shields the crew from shrapnel and small arms fire, while onboard systems enable rapid deployment and withdrawal. This reflects a core principle of Russian artillery doctrine. Units must be able to fire, relocate, and resume firing with minimal delay. At the heart of the Msta-S is a 152mm howitzer capable of firing both high explosive and specialized munitions. Range varies by ammunition type, allowing engagements from conventional battlefield distances to deeper strikes against logistical infrastructure. This flexibility enables commanders to target fortifications, supply nodes, and staging areas across different operational depths. Rate of fire remains one of the system's defining features. Its auto-loading mechanism allows rapid successive shots, enabling batteries to saturate target areas before opposing forces can reposition. This capability is particularly relevant in counter-battery scenarios, where speed directly influences survivability. Modernized variants incorporate digital fire control systems, automated targeting inputs, and improved navigation. These incremental upgrades reduce reaction times and improve accuracy, extending the platform's operational lifespan without requiring complete replacement. In the context of the war in Ukraine, the Msta-S functions primarily as a tool of sustained battlefield shaping. Missions often include suppressing defensive positions, striking staging areas, and disrupting supply routes. Strikes on temporary deployment points demonstrate how artillery can influence the battlefield without direct contact between maneuver forces. Mobility enables shoot-and-scoot tactics, allowing crews to relocate quickly after firing to reduce exposure to counter-battery fire. This has become increasingly important in an environment saturated with drones, radar systems, and rapid targeting cycles. The continued prominence of the Msta-S reflects practical operational logic rather than simple legacy dependence. Large-scale warfare demands platforms capable of delivering sustained volumes of fire over long periods. Because the system exists in significant numbers and is supported by established logistics, it allows consistent artillery pressure across multiple sectors simultaneously. Reliability also plays a key role. Crews familiar with the system can maintain and repair it efficiently, minimizing downtime. In prolonged conflicts, this predictability directly contributes to operational effectiveness. Russian military doctrine continues to treat artillery as a primary instrument of operational maneuver. Rather than serving purely as support, it is used to degrade opposing forces systematically before ground advances occur. Within this framework, platforms like the Msta-S provide the sustained firepower needed to maintain pressure and shape the operational environment. Persistent artillery fire influences more than physical terrain. Units under constant threat must disperse, reinforce positions, and limit movement, reducing flexibility and slowing operational cycles. Over time, this cumulative pressure shapes planning timelines and decision-making. Another factor shaping the effectiveness of systems like the Msta-S is the integration of reconnaissance assets. Real-time targeting data from drones and forward observers shortens the sensor-to-shooter cycle, allowing artillery units to respond within minutes rather than hours. Terrain and weather also shape employment. In regions where infrastructure is damaged and mobility corridors are limited, tracked platforms maintain a distinct advantage. Their ability to traverse debris and soft ground ensures that fire support continues even under degraded conditions. Logistics remains the unseen backbone behind sustained artillery operations. Ammunition supply chains, maintenance crews, and transport networks determine how frequently batteries can fire and reposition. The endurance of any artillery campaign ultimately depends on the system that keeps it supplied and coordinated. As counter-battery technologies evolve, from improved radar detection to loitering munitions, artillery crews refine their tactics, dispersing positions and reducing firing signatures. This constant interplay between detection and survivability drives incremental changes in battlefield behavior. Taken together, these factors highlight a broader reality of modern high-intensity warfare. Effectiveness rarely comes from a single platform alone. Outcomes emerge from the interaction between technology, doctrine, logistics, and human decision-making. Within that ecosystem, the Msta-S remains a component of a larger operational architecture designed to sustain pressure over time. Ultimately, the relevance of the system lies in its balance between capability and availability. It may not represent the newest generation of artillery technology, but it embodies a principle central to modern warfare. Platforms that are reliable, numerous, and logistically supported often exert greater operational impact than smaller numbers of more advanced systems. Its continued deployment illustrates how industrial capacity, doctrine, and battlefield conditions intersect. In conflicts defined by endurance, the ability to deliver sustained firepower day after day becomes a decisive factor. The presence of the Msta-S on today's battlefield reflects deliberate operational choices shaped by strategic priorities. As long as warfare continues to reward persistence, logistical depth, and consistent firepower, systems like this will remain central to large-scale combat. Understanding its role provides insight into the broader dynamics of the war, not through isolated incidents, but through the enduring mechanisms that shape outcomes over time. Looking ahead, the trajectory of artillery warfare suggests continued emphasis on integration rather than replacement. Advances in targeting software, battlefield networking, and sensor fusion will likely enhance the effectiveness of existing platforms as much as new hardware introductions. In this context, systems like the Msta-S benefit from being adaptable nodes within a broader digital battlefield ecosystem. Operational lessons from the conflict also underscore the importance of redundancy. Units that can rotate equipment, maintain dispersed firing positions, and sustain ammunition flow demonstrate greater resilience under pressure. This reinforces the idea that long-term combat effectiveness depends not only on firepower, but on organizational depth and logistical flexibility. As the conflict evolves, the role of artillery will continue to reflect a balance between technological change and enduring military principles. While new tools reshape how targets are detected and engaged, the fundamental requirement remains the same: the ability to deliver reliable, sustained fire at decisive moments. Within that enduring framework, platforms like the Msta-S remain a clear example of how continuity and adaptation coexist on the modern battlefield.